You do not need external enemies when your own mouth is working against you. Right now, at this very second, someone is using your own words to systematically destroy you. They are sitting in a quiet room, perhaps a room you once felt safe in, planning your downfall with sentences you spoke months ago. You thought those words were forgotten. You thought that casual joke you made was harmless, but it is now being filed as evidence against you. That secret you shared in a moment of trust is now leverage in the hands of those who wish to see you fail. Your moments of weakness have become their path to victory. You operate under the belief that your words disappear into thin air. Once they are uttered, you assume people forget what you say, and you assume your conversations are secure. This is the most dangerous delusion of modern life. Every successful person who has ever fallen did so because of words they wish they could take back. Every empire has crumbled because someone said too much, and every trust has been broken by a loose tongue. The ancient masters of power understood something we have chosen to forget. Your mouth is your most dangerous enemy. It reveals your secrets, exposes your deepest vulnerabilities, and hands your enemies exactly what they need to defeat you without them ever having to engage in open conflict. Niccolò Machiavelli spent his entire life studying the cold, hard mechanics of power and influence. He discovered an ultimate truth that remains unchanged through centuries of human history. Those who control their words control their destiny. Those who do not inevitably become victims of their own voice. These situations happen to everyone, every day, but only the wise recognize them before it is too late. If you are truly ready to take control of your life and master the art of silence, internalize this affirmation. I speak only to win. We are going to shatter your current worldview and rebuild you into someone who is untouchable. You have been trained by society to be an open book, to share your feelings, and to seek connection through vulnerability. But in the game of power, vulnerability is not a bridge, it is a target. Society has taught you that talking is a sign of confidence. But Machiavelli knew that true confidence is the ability to walk into a room and say nothing, while others desperate for validation destroy themselves. Stop handing out intelligence to people who will use it to burn your house down. It is time to learn the rules of the architecture of silence. It is time to stop being a pawn and start being a player. Silence is not the absence of power. It is its purest form. While you have been trained to believe that a strong person speaks up, Machiavelli knew that every unnecessary word is a crack in your fortress. Words reveal your intentions, while silence observes the intentions of others. Most people lose their power not through physical weakness, but through the weakness of their tongue. When you speak, you provide a roadmap for those who want to navigate your mind and find your limits. The less you say, the more power your presence carries. You must master the art of internal celebration. True winners do not need external applause because they understand that explanation destroys power, while mystery maintains it. Only speak when your silence would create more damage than your revelation. To apply this, you must adopt the rule of 80-20. Spend 80% of your time observing and only 20% asking targeted questions. Never be the most talkative person in the room because the person who observes always holds the ultimate control. When you are winning, your ego will demand recognition, but sharing your methods only provides a blueprint for your replacement. Success intoxicates worse than alcohol, and the need for validation destroys more winners than failure ever could. Your competitors are not celebrating your achievements. They are reverse engineering them. Your loyalty must be to your future victories, not to the curiosity of past supporters. Victory speaks silently. Professional manipulators rarely attack you with force. They attack you with performed sympathy. They create carefully crafted stories of struggle and strategic weaknesses to make you feel like their savior. While you are busy feeling important and needed, they are busy extracting every piece of valuable information you possess. Performed vulnerability is a polished and purposeful tool designed to reverse the power dynamic. Instead of feeling threatened, you feel protective. Instead of guarding your secrets, you share them to help. This is an intelligence operation where your compassion becomes their competitive advantage. Every secret you share, in a moment of solidarity, becomes future ammunition for an attack. You must learn to provide these actors with wooden swords. Offer them secrets that are manufactured or vulnerabilities that do not matter to your true objectives. If that information returns to your ears from a different direction, you have identified a backstabber without losing any real leverage. Real strength provides support without revealing your own vulnerabilities. It shows compassion without exposing weakness. Men are so simple of mind and so dominated by their immediate needs that a deceitful person will always find plenty who are ready to be deceived. Your immediate need to help and connect makes you a target for deception. While you are focused on being a good person, they are focused on being a successful manipulator. Do not hand over the keys to your life to someone just because they told you a sad story. I help without revealing. Anger is nothing more than a truth serum designed to strip you of your defenses. When fury takes control of your mind, your psychological security system shuts down, and your mouth transforms into a confession booth. Every grievance you have silently endured, and every resentment you have carefully hidden comes pouring out of you like poison. The person who triggered your anger is not your enemy in that moment. They are your interrogator. They have discovered the most efficient way to extract your deepest truths while you are too busy feeling justified in your rage. While you scream, they are busy collecting intelligence about exactly who you are beneath the mask. Rage makes you predictable. Once someone knows what makes you explode, they own you. They can trigger your fury whenever they need you to reveal a secret, make a mistake, or destroy your own credibility. Your anger becomes their remote control. Your momentary loss of control is recorded as permanent evidence against your character. Machiavelli understood that he who wishes to be obeyed must first know how to command himself. If you cannot control your own tongue when you are angry, you will never control anything else that matters. Your rage is not a sign of righteousness. It is weakness wearing a mask of strength. The truly powerful feel anger, but they never show it to the world. They process their fury in private and respond to the provocation strategically rather than emotionally. You must adopt the 24-hour pause. Never respond to an insult immediately. Your cold silence when being attacked will make your opponent far more uncomfortable than any shouting match ever could. My anger serves me. Every time you explain your success, you are providing a tutorial for your competitors. Every revelation of your specific strategy is a roadmap for those who want to defeat you in the next round. The details you share about your methods are not inspirations. They are blueprints for your eventual replacement. The hunger for recognition is a psychological trap that catches even the most brilliant minds. They cannot resist the urge to explain their own genius to anyone who will listen. In doing so, they transform from mysterious, feared winners into transparent, vulnerable losers. Your competitors are not your audience, and they are not celebrating your rise. They are reverse engineering your path. They are future opposition, armed with intelligence you provided for free. Machiavelli warned that a wise ruler should never keep faith when doing so works against his own interests. Sharing your success story might feel like being honest, but it is fundamentally against your interests to educate your enemies. Your loyalty must be to your future victories, not to satisfying the curiosity of others. True masters celebrate internally and speak externally only when silence would create more problems than a revelation. They understand that mystery is the substance that maintains power, while explanation is the acid that destroys it. You must learn to work in the shadows. Let your results be the only noise you allow yourself to make. Do not teach your enemies how to beat you. Victory speaks silently. Social groups operate on information currency, where every secret shared and opinion revealed has value in the social marketplace. When you participate in gossip, you are not just passing time, you are trading intelligence. Most people are terrible negotiators. The gossip economy has simple rules where information flows upward to power and betrayal flows downward to weakness. The person who collects secrets without sharing them accumulates power, while the person who shares secrets without collecting them becomes powerless. Every workplace and every friend group has information brokers who appear interested and trustworthy, but are actually running intelligence operations. The most dangerous aspect of gossip is not what you say about others, but what it reveals about your own character. Every secret you share proves you cannot be trusted, and every confidence you break advertises your unreliability to everyone watching. Machiavelli noted that anyone who abandons what is for what should be pursues his downfall rather than his preservation. You think gossip is harmless bonding, but the reality is information warfare where your secrets are traded like commodities. Master the information economy by becoming a collector rather than a distributor. Listen to everything. Contribute nothing valuable. Watch as others destroy themselves with their own loose tongues. Every time you tell a story, your value drops one level. Scarcity of words creates a higher price for your presence. Secrets flow to me. When you face pressure or demands you cannot meet, your mouth will start writing checks that your reality cannot cash. Promises feel like solutions because they solve immediate problems without requiring immediate capability. But every promise creates a psychological debt that compounds with interest. Promise-making is the language of the desperate. Instead of dealing with reality, they create fantasy futures that never materialize. They build false expectations instead of actual value. The psychology of promises is seductive because they cost nothing up front, but the payment comes later when credibility is destroyed. Every unfulfilled promise becomes permanent evidence against your reliability. Every broken commitment proves your word is worthless. Machiavelli warned that he who builds on the people builds on mud. Promises are built on hope, which is as unstable as mud. Strategic operators make fewer promises and focus on exceeding expectations. They build reputations for reliability rather than empty rhetoric. Treat your words as if they were made of solid gold. Do not throw them away on those who are not worthy. Clarity is my power. Absence creates more value than presence ever could. Silence is the most agonizing punishment you can inflict on a backstabber, because it deprives them of the one thing they crave most, which is your reaction. When relationships end in betrayal, you possess what Machiavelli might call nuclear intelligence, consisting of their secrets and failures. The urge to use this information for immediate revenge is strong, but attacking them openly is a suicide strategy that destroys your reputation more than theirs. You must not advertise yourself as someone who weaponizes private information, because future partners and allies are always watching how you handle your endings. If you must seek revenge, do it through actions that cannot be traced back to revealed confidences. Your silence preserves your power for future battles and preserves your reputation for discretion. Real power is the ability to walk away from a betrayal without a single word. This void forces the traitor to face the terrifying weight of their own actions while you maintain your position. The game of life is won not by those who speak their minds, but by those who control their minds. Every word you utter either strengthens your position or creates a fatal vulnerability that someone else will eventually exploit. In a world where every conversation can be recorded and weaponized, your verbal discipline is your most valuable survival skill. Successful people throughout history were never the most talkative, they were the most strategic. They spoke only when their words could build an empire and remained silent when their words could destroy one. You are currently standing at a crossroads. You can continue letting your own mouth sabotage your success, Or you can master the ancient art of strategic communication. You can keep feeding your enemies intelligence, or you can join the ranks of those who understand that true power whispers while weakness shouts. Your words will either build your future or become the tools others use to dismantle your life. In a world full of people who cannot control their tongues, the person who masters their mouth masters their destiny. If this exposure of dark psychology has opened your eyes to how you have been used, take the final step toward your transformation. Your future self will thank you for learning these lessons.